While northern Luzon is still recovering from the wrath of a tropical cyclone Ineng, the low-pressure area off the coast of Bicol has developed into tropical depression Jenny. This new weather disturbance could possibly make landfall tonight. Tighter security is now implemented in some parts of Rizal amid numerous cases of swine deaths. And not only that, authorities have also started culling hogs in the province. Looking for a new job? Well, good news. The government has nearly 200,000 job vacancies. From work, let's talk about homework. Bills pushing for no homework policy up to senior high school were filed in Congress. And love them or hate them, the Gilas Pilipinas men respond to fans who drew mixed reactions following the announcement of the 12-man lineup for the 2019 FIBA World Cup. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of August 27, Tuesday. I'm Riza Diaz. Starting today's rush with announcements of class suspensions due to the impact of tropical depression Jenny. Now, almost all cities in Metro Manila have declared class suspensions in all levels except for Makati, Pasig, Manila, and the municipality of Pateros. Now, moving in Calabarzon, classes are also suspended in all levels in the provinces of Rizal, Cavite, as well as the towns of Lemery and Nasugbu in Batangas. Classes in Biliran are also suspended in all levels, same as in Basud, Daet, Labo, Talisay, Binzon, Kapalonga, and Santa Elena in Camarines Norte. No classes in all levels as well in Hagonoy and Kalumpit, Bulacan. Now in Baguio City and northern Quezon Province, classes are suspended only in preschool level. While in Pangasinan, Pasig City, the city of Manila, and Angeles City in Pampanga have declared no classes up to senior high. Signal number 1 is now up in some areas due to tropical depression Jenny. Remember, classes are automatically suspended in preschool level in these areas. In northern Luzon, signal number 1 is raised in Cagayan, Isabela, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, Apayao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ifugao, and Benguet. Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, and Pangasinan are also placed under signal number 1. It's signal number 1 likewise in central Luzon provinces of Aurora, Nueva Ecija, Tarlac, Zambales, Pampanga, and Bulacan. The same goes for Metro Manila, Rizal, northern Quezon, Cavite, and Laguna. Camarines Norte, the northeastern portion of Camarines Sur, and Catanduanes are also under signal number 1. Jenny has slightly accelerated while moving westward, causing intermittent rains over several parts of Luzon. Now, to give us the latest weather update, we have with us on the line Mr. Benny Estareja from Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Benny, good morning.
Good morning, Riza, and to all our viewers.
Benny, we would like to know the exact location and perhaps the track that Jenny is taking as of the moment.
As of 4 in the morning, tropical depression Jenny was estimated at 395 kilometers east-northeast of Vera, Catanduanes. It has maximum winds of up to 55 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 70 kilometers per hour. It is currently moving westward at 25 kilometers per hour, so we are seeing that in less than 24 hours, it may make landfall over Aurora Province and cross the boundary between northern and central Luzon for the rest of the night.
Benny, is Jenny affecting the Habagat, and are we expecting Jenny to intensify further?
Yes, in terms of Habagat, we're seeing that Jenny may intensify or may enhance the southwest monsoon up until Thursday, especially over the western section of central and southern Luzon. And then in terms of possible intensification, there is this small chance that prior to landfall over Aurora, Jenny may become a tropical storm, but most likely it will be tropical storm after making a landfall.
You mentioned that we are perhaps looking for Jenny to make a landfall within the next 24 hours. How about the exit on a Philippine area of responsibility? When can we expect that?
We are seeing that Jenny is accelerating as of now, so it may exit our area of responsibility as early morning of Thursday.
So for today, Tuesday, it's going to be a rainy day for Luzon. Is it the same for Visayas and Mindanao, Benny?
Definitely it will be rainy over Luzon, Visayas, and even parts of Mindanao. Frequent, moderate to heavy rains will be experienced over Bicol region, Samar provinces, Quezon, Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Aurora, Nueva Vizcaya, Quirino, Isabela, and Cagayan today. And over Metro Manila, rest of Luzon, and the rest of Visayas, we will experience light to moderate with intermittent heavy rains.
Finally, Benny, are there other weather disturbances that we are seeing?
Based on our satellite animation, there are also some cloud clusters over the east of northern Luzon, but we're not seeing any potential for a tropical cyclone, at least for the next 3 days.
All right, thank you. That was Pag-asa weather forecaster Benny Estareja. Ineng left the Philippine area of responsibility over the weekend, but not without leaving death and destruction in its wake. Ilocos Norte felt most of the storm's impact. JC Cosico with a report.
Ilocos Norte is still reeling for more than 1 billion pesos worth of damage caused by a tropical cyclone Ineng. This is the first natural disaster that Matthew Marcos Manotoc is facing as the new provincial governor.
The damages were great, sadly, or are estimated to be over 1 billion already and counting. Dito po, mostly infra. And, right now, our main concern is our people, of course, and making sure na everyone is safe and have food.
Ineng left at least 2 Ilocanos dead. First was a man swept by raging flood, while another was a girl killed in a landslide. 5 towns in the province bore the brunt of the storm's impact, particularly the agricultural sector, which incurred losses of over 128 million pesos.
Yung hardest hit na nakita po namin, top 5 were Pitig, San Nicolas, Away, Lawag, and Pasukin. Majority naman ng barangays nila were affected. Some of the fields, of course, were drowned halos, no? So we'll have to provide agri inputs for them, additional fertilizers and seeds in the future. Kasi kagaya po ng mga ibang probinsya, agri economy po kami dito sa Ilocos Norte.
His mother, Senator Amy Marcos, also lent a hand to her hometown, where she also served as governor. He said the lawmaker has been reaching out to different NGOs and requesting assistance from the DPWH, the Agriculture Department, as well as other senators. Manotoc, the newbie governor, is also seeking the public's help with their relief operations.
We're still in need, no? Very serious need assistance, especially in terms of food packs, construction materials like cement, and medicine like doxycycline. So I hope that our national government or even the private sector can help our fellow LGUs or provinces.
And in the midst of all the destruction, Manotoc promises that Ilocos Norte will recover.
Rest assured, the provincial government is here with you, and we will see this through together. And tuloy-tuloy po ang tulong at care ng provincial government. And in due time, we will recover and we'll get back on our feet.
For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
Meanwhile, here are the biggest stories from the dailies. The delayed implementation of the multi-billion peso bus rapid transit or the BRT system in Cebu City is costing its local government nearly 23 million pesos in commitment fees. The Freeman reports that the delay was due to slow procurement process, right-of-way issues, and project viability problems, among others. The Freeman cited a Commission on Audit report detailing millions of commitment fees incurred since 2015. This from the Philippine Star. If you're in need of a job ASAP, well, government says there are plenty of opportunities within their ranks. Government reported nearly 200,000 jobs available, more than half of which are in the DepEd. Take note that teacher recruits in public schools receive a little over 20,000 pesos a month. Calls to raise teachers' salaries are still ongoing. And this from Pangmasa. Preschool to elementary students don't need to burn the midnight oil to pass their classes. At least that's according to Deputy Speaker Evelina Escudero, who proposed House Bill 3611, adapting the no homework policy at the lower house. Escudero says homework can deprive children quality time with their family, while carrying a lot of books may also impact a child's spine. Meanwhile, Quezon City Representative Alfred Vargas proposed a similar bill, but the measure would only stop teachers from assigning homework for the weekend. The country's most powerful man is now backing calls for convicted rapist and murderer Antonio Sanchez to stay in prison. Meanwhile, the Justice Department says it's looking to suspend the processing of the good conduct time allowance of thousands of inmates until things get cleared out. Greg Gregorio has the story.
President Duterte ordered the Bureau of Corrections and the Justice Department to block the release of former Calauan Mayor Antonio Sanchez. The convict has been incarcerated at the New Bilibid prison since 1995 for the rape slay of UP Los Baños student Eileen Sarmenta and the murder of Sarmenta's friend Alan Gomez in 1993. Senator Bongo relayed the president's order during the sidelines of the National Heroes Day ceremony in Taguig City. Duterte was absent at the event.
Inaabot niya kay Bucor Chief Paildon at kay Secretary Guevara para iparating sa kanila na hindi maaaring ma-release yan.
Justice Chief Menardo Guevara has earlier backtracked on its statement, saying Sanchez would benefit from the retroactive application of RA 10592, which reduces years from an inmate sentence due to good conduct. Guevara's retraction was backed by Bucor Chief Nicanor Faldon, who also said Sanchez may not be eligible for early release due to a number of violations he committed at the National Penitentiary, including drug possession in 2010. Sarmenta's mother, Clara Sarmenta, welcomed the statements of Guevara and Faldon. However, she said officials should have been more prudent in their remarks about Sanchez.
My God, anong klaseng mga mga tauhan ng ating pamahalaan, nag-i-issue sila ng statement na hindi man lang nila niripasok kung ano yung sinasabi nila.
Sanchez applied for executive clemency, but his petition was junked by the Board of Pardon and Parole in December 2018. He filed a motion for reconsideration, but it was also denied in February 2019. The Sarmenta kin wants Sanchez to rot in jail. Sanchez is serving 7 counts of reclusion perpetua. Separately, Justice Chief Guevara is looking to suspend the processing of inmates' good conduct time allowance or GCTA following the backlash on the possibility of Sanchez's early release. Guevara said the DOJ will inform the Supreme Court about the review of the GCTA. And speaking of the Supreme Court, the court distanced itself from the controversy. In a briefing, SE spokesperson Brian Keith Osaka said the court did not order the early release of Sanchez. What it did was merely interpret RA 10592. The court ruled in 2019 that the law must be applied retroactively.
The Supreme Court applied the fundamental doctrine in criminal law, which states that penal laws which are favorable and advantageous to the accused are applied retroactively. Thus, the Supreme Court struck down the provision in the IRR and ruled that RA 10592 was to be applied retroactively, as it had the effect of lowering or reducing the sentences of prisoners, hence favorable to them.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Authorities have started culling pigs in Antipolo due to the spike in swine deaths, and hog raisers lament the sudden loss of their livelihood. Shaila Francisco has the story.
Security has been tight at the town of Kupang in Antipolo following a confirmed spike in swine deaths. The place is crawling with police as well as local government and agriculture officials. Non-residents, including media, are barred entry, while people leaving Kupang are required to disinfect. Turns out authorities have started culling hogs in the area. Residents say around 400 hogs have been taken since Friday on claims that there is a virus. Eva had to surrender 21 pigs, which she insists are healthy.
Galit kami, galit. Nakita mo yung mga mata ko, stress na stress ako. Ngayon, ang pag-iusap ko po, kuha na nila ng dugo. i-test nila para mapatunayan na kung may sakit po. Ano po ba talaga ang sakit para naman ho matanggal yung hinanakit ng puso ko dahil sinasabi nila virus. Tapos dito po ibinaon din sa amin.
Eva lost 43,000 pesos in an instant. She only received 3,000 each for 9 hogs. The other 12 officials said were still too small.
Dapat bayaran nila, ma'am, kasi para naman maano. 3,000 ang bawat isa. Pag kinatay ko yun, 15,000 ang labas sa bawat isa.
So dapat hindi lang 3,000?
Hindi dapat ganun, ma'am. Pangdihado talaga yun ang hindi hamak. Hindi na pagdating nyo, nang tanggal na lang kayo ng baboy sa kulungan namin. Di po ba? Ay ang akin, hindi naman po. Kasi anak buhay po talaga yun namin. Buhay po ang mawawala.
Some residents claim the confiscated hogs were buried alive, but the Bureau of Animal Industry says the pigs did not suffer slow deaths.
Pansamantala lang ay iniipon muna yun kasi manggagaling sa iba't ibang lugar yun. Pinabaril sa pulis ang ginawa.
The BAI says all this is in accordance with the Animal Welfare Act and that the hogs were called this way so they experience minimal pain and stop spreading viruses. The Agriculture Department has yet to name the areas affected by the unknown hog disease, but officials say pigs within the 1-kilometer radius of affected towns will automatically be culled. The DA adds that it is ready to give more consolations to hog raisers.
Yung mga local government units, kinakausap rin namin kung mayroon silang dagdag. So yun, nasa voluntary na galing sa LGUs. Magbibigay kami ng tulong pag mayroon ng declaration na safe na yung area na naapektuhan. Bibigyan kami ng mga biik.
Shaila Francisco, we are One News.
Let's fast break now to Sports Rush. After wrapping up their tune-up games, Coach Yeng finally released his final lineup. Neophyte CJ Perez promptly took to Instagram to express his excitement over making the cut. 2018's top draft pick says he is deeply proud to suit up for Gilas Pilipinas and will play on the world stage for the first time. Sharing CJ's sentiment is another guy who is making his debut, Robert Bolick. It appears it hasn't even sunk in yet for the Northport standout, but Babes Bolick said he's gonna give his all as he flies to Foshan, China on Thursday. Now, the final cut also features holdovers from previous Gilas squads. It's a reunion for big men Japet Aguilar, Andre Blatch, Junmar Fajardo, and 2011 Gilas star Mark Baroca. And of course, we can't forget the constant Gabe Norwood, who's playing for the flag since 2007. Troy Rosario, Raymond Almazan, and R.R. Pogoy will also represent the Sun and the Stars. Rounding out the lineup is Kiefer Abena, who has just finished serving out his suspension. There's no honeymoon period for the 12-man lineup, though, as this current squad already has its critics. Kiefer Abena even retweeted a post that questioned his inclusion, saying the Gilas team won't stand a chance in the FIBA World Cup. But knowing him, this will just make the Phenom even more motivated. Meanwhile, there's no place for bitterness in Big Bo Belga's heart despite being cut. In fact, he's all up in arms defending the chosen 12. Replying to a comment on Instagram, he said, "Wag na lang pagdudahan ng team at suportahan na lang." Now, after all, the national team will need all the support it can get to pick up at least 2 wins in their 3 games against Italy, Serbia, and Angola. Now, that's the only way for the unit to advance to the next phase and improve from the Philippines' 2014 finish. But Coach Yeng has full faith on his squad, given the criteria he employed to select his men.
Overall, yung nakita natin, no, from the first day of Gilas practice to the last day today, which is the decision time, magfa-factor in dyan yung ano rin, no, yung health din ng mga players. Magfa-factor din dyan yung cohesion that they provide with the rest of the team.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.